Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I have recorded a solo video actually outside. It's a little cold but manageable. Many of you know where I am standing. This is the Columbus Circle right here. And before I end this video, I want to do something with you. I want to walk back to the place where I used to live in New York City for about a year. It was in 2009 when I moved here in June, and I left a year later in 2010. Then I moved to Los Angeles. So this will be a bit of emotional ending probably for this video. I wonder how I will feel walking back to the place that is actually a very beautiful area, and I know many of you are wondering how I was able to afford it. Well, I was able to afford it because I had a good job. I work at Saks Fifth Avenue. I was the manager of Christian Dior, so I got a paycheck from Christian Dior. And then I had another one from Saks. This is the Trump building, everyone. Another one in New York. So yeah, I work in the fashion industry, and I was pretty good at sales. And the stuff is pretty expensive, and you have alright commission. It wasn't easy for me to live in New York overall, but I was good, and I was very lucky with the price for the apartment that had all the utilities included. So this is personal start of the video. If you just come here for the politics, you will have a timestamp because some of you just care about that. But there are many of us who are fully human beings. I know that life is not just about the news, that most of it is not even real. So, what do I have for you, everyone, today? I have two topics, but in a way it's all connected. It's really one topic. Zelensky was in Poland. I think I escaped Zelensky when I came here. So, the previous president of Ukraine, who is no longer a legit president of Ukraine, has visited Poland. This is a nice view. I will try my best. Oh, look how beautiful. The sunrise is gorgeous. The last few days I am very blessed, by the way, changing the subject again. The weather here has been fantastic, everyone. So maybe I sit down. It might be cold, but let's see. So everyone, Zelensky was in Poland, and what a shit show it was. Like, no surprise. So he came. The same yada yada yada, more. You have to completely support, because this is our war. This is our war. We have the same enemy. Poland, he declared, Poland has the same enemy. He declared, this is it, like we in this together. No way out. Really? Do you think so? So, I have one question that was asked during the press conference that was taking place with Donald Tusk, who is newsflash old Prime Minister of Poland, and Zelensky. So I did watch the entire thing, which makes your digestive system go backwards. And then we had another conference with Duda, Polish President Andrzej Duda. As I often mention Lukashenko, who, Lukashenko is the president of Belarus, calls him Dudu. So that was that. And maybe we should start with the Dudu-Zelensky press conference, because during that conference was a question asked about Wołyń massacre and exhumation of those victims, and also acknowledgement, right? And on that note, and that question was also a very interesting information that I didn't know about. I believe Poland has already agreed to put out, well, have they agreed? I know they have talks to put out statues. They put new statues, or they remodel or renew the old ones in memorandum of UPA. Yes, that's right, Bandera. So are we surprised? No, we are not. And now let's go to Zelensky-Tusk talk. The question that was asked from the Voice of America, I'm gonna read you this, so please be patient with me, because when it's getting cold I have to put the gloves on, because I'm holding this phone without a glove. The question was asked: before the day of negotiations with Russia, We are discussing what the president says. One of the conditions of security is introduction of a European contingent to Ukraine. So this is about these European troops going to Ukraine. That's what the journalists ask. Mr. Prime Minister, you talk about it with President Macron. The Baltic countries also spoke about their readiness. Poland currently claims that it does not plan to send a contingent to Ukraine. I have a question to both leaders. Did you have the conversation on the subject? And to the Prime Minister, sorry, this was to Zelensky. And now to Prime Minister, what Poland is ready to do to guarantee security and peace in Ukraine? And again to Zelensky, what specific security guarantees do you expect from the outside world to guarantee this peace in Ukraine? Okay, so let me tell you, and please bear with me because today old school notes on paper and I have to manage what Zelensky said. I have to have a system. So Zelensky says, we are talking with the Polish side on the topics that we have discussed with the President Macron. For now, we are only talking on the general issues. We support these issues that the contingent of our strategic partners can become part of the security guarantee, but it cannot be the only security guarantee. So more right there. This is not enough. I maybe titled this video Zelensky, this is not enough. We will discuss these issues with the leader of Great Britain. Yes, you are right that we also discuss this with our partners in the Baltic countries, but undoubtedly we should have the whole map security guarantees where part of it might not be the fact that there will be, but there might be a military contingent. So kind of around and around and around, like merry-go-round. The question is what kind of contingent it will be, what will be its qualitative and quantitative composition, and where will it be located in reality. Okay, so let's do the next page now. You have to bear with me, guys, because I'm really doing my best. I'm trying. So, how strong it will be, and what capabilities it will have, and of course, above all, there should be instructors who have a great opportunity to train our groups on the territory of Ukraine. This is also with the framework of this future program, if it is realized. We are also discussing it. Now, I said that this is not enough. So Zelensky says again, this is not enough. Why? I will say why. Even after the war, we should understand who we are dealing with. You know that at the moment 600,000+ of Russian contingent are on the territory of our country, maybe a little less, depending on how our group worked today. When it comes to our army, how our boys, he said, I think I written this down, how our boys work today. Those boys that he dragged into this. When it comes to our army, we have over 800,000, but we should protect the entire territory of our country. That's why in some regions they have a quantitative advantage, and when the war ends, undoubtedly, we should understand what the contingent from other countries, we should understand what is the contingent from other countries. So I will repeat it again. We support this idea, but we should understand how many soldiers there will be and also how large the army of Ukraine will be then. Because it is a huge army, a powerful army, and that is why the fun with the news about shortening it, he's saying the news about shortening it is like funny. About the reduction, there is no point of talking about it because at the moment such a large army is holding back the enemy, and this is currently our only guarantee of security, plus of course help and support weapons from our partners, and also how to maintain such a large army. Let me put my gloves on, guys, because it's getting really cold. And if you're telling me now why do you record outside, Anya, instead of inside, is because I wanted you to see the views. And if I have paper notes, it's a little challenge. So this would be a commercial break if I would have sponsorships, which I don't. So I have to find a way to manage it myself. So just bear with me. So Zelensky again was talking about it, how he is asking for more. Okay, let's go there. New York, you can hear the sounds. So the guarantee. It is also part of these arrangements because we have financing. New York, guys, that's very common sound here. It seems so simple, but it is a complex issue, financing such a large army. And the third issue, if we look at the weapons, when we started the war, the proportions of support from Europe, from the US and Ukrainian production, this proportion was 1. Now we have other proportions. Today they are as follows. Somewhere around 33 to 34% of all weapons, ammunition in Ukraine is domestic production of 100% from what we need annually. And this is a serious increase. It was less than 100%, now it's 33, 34, above 30% Europe and above 30 to 40% United States. And that's why when everyone asks what about this help or how without this help we cannot look at the guarantees of today's security support without one of those three players. You see, Europe and the US are equal players, and for us it is very important to maintain this. And then he went on to, I have one more page to read you, and he went on to explaining how Europe should focus mainly, if not only, on producing weapons, okay? Just the weapons. Focus on this, nothing else, because nothing else at this point matters. So, why does Europe produce less? This is a serious question. How can Europe produce more, transfer more contracts for production, orders to their own factories? So this reminded me Ursula the Witch when she keeps on emphasizing this entire Europe economy should be focused only on war, right? So this was Zelensky's main approach to this. And now I have an article from TASS from yesterday. Let me see where I have it. I think I have it right here, yes, okay. So the article says about United Kingdom. Greetings to all of you there, poor people, because we kind of all screwed in a way. I mean, we see what will happen after 20 of January, 3 more days. Meanwhile, London, January 17. The United Kingdom will explore options for deploying military bases and other defense facilities in Ukraine, according to the UK-Ukraine 100-year partnership declaration. Guys, 100 years declaration. This is like a joke, historical joke. This was released by British Prime Minister Keir Starmer's office following his visit to Kiev. The document reads, the UK will work with Ukraine to identify common military requirements, collaborate on capabilities to broaden the spectrum of capabilities and technologies we can produce together. The participants will explore options for deploying and maintaining defense infrastructure in Ukraine, including military bases, logistic depots, reserve military equipment, storage facilities, and war rescue stockpiles. These facilities could be utilized to bolster their own defense capabilities in the event of a significant military threat, the document reads. And on that note, I came across a comment of the day that is, morning, that is from one of you and is right on the topic. It's from Firefly Robert. Sir, could you be so kind? Can I give you those papers? God bless you. God bless you. Like this helps me now. Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. Stay warm. Okay, so let's continue with this comment. This is from someone from UK. His name is Firefly Robert. Cool name. So hi Robert, by the way. It says, I am in the UK and I am ashamed of... Sorry, my paper is all over. I am ashamed of and disgusted with my government concerning Russia. My government does not act or speak on my behalf. If NATO goes to war with Russia, then I am with Russia. I have been watching Scott for the last 2 years and now he has really opened my eyes concerning Russia and his people. This one too, sir. Thank you so much. That's it, no more.
Nah, this one.
Yeah. I think, oh, one more. That's my mess.
Alright.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. So, now, let's walk. Well, before I walk, I put my gloves on. So here is the thing. Here's the deal, like Biden says. We have 3 more days to the inauguration. Do you think there will be any change after this? What's gonna happen to UK? What's gonna happen to Zelensky's creature? What's gonna happen to those statues that apparently supposed to be in Poland honoring Bandera? How do you think Polish people feel about it? A lot of Polish people don't know about Wołyń. And this is a story that I was actually discussing with one of you during the time we spent on book signing 2 days ago here in New York, in Bronx. And I must say that not everyone in Poland knows what Wołyń was. And that's why it's hard for people to understand the scale of tragedy. But more and more people are trying to find out what Wołyń was. And more people, I don't know percentage-wise, I cannot speak for all the Polish people, how they react to Zelensky, but it's not what it used to be, let's just put this way. Majority is absolutely fed up. And the reason for it is because they see how they have been screwed over by the system in Poland that has taken advantage of them. And when you have this kind of news, guys, sorry for the recording today, but it's really cold and my hands are freezing. So when you see this kind of news that UK will be supporting Ukraine for 100 years, this is not UK supporting, this is British people supporting. And the same is with Poland. This is not Poland is supporting, this is Polish citizen will support. But I don't think it's gonna fly. This entire project is already done. And what it will take for people to wake up and really don't participate, I don't know. The entire political system in Poland is really broken. It's not just in Poland, it's everywhere. But I'm gonna walk with you now to the place where I used to live to show you, have a great one, thank you, to show you for myself as well how the place where I used to live looks like. I used to live in New York, like I told you, and I used to walk those streets so many times. And that park actually was saving my life because it can be very, very lonely in New York and it can be very stressful. And when you have the place like Central Park, it's your refuge. And there is a lot of dogs that I love. So you go there, I used to go there, read the books, have a coffee, as you say in New York. Some people do. And just enjoy my day, you know, or relax after work. That was often very draining too, because, you know, a lot of expectations. The higher the price, the more they expect from you. So those of you who are not interested in seeing my place from the outside, because we're not gonna go there, you can have a great day. Thank you for watching. You can hit this like and subscribe to my channel if you appreciate the content. I'm very aware that today's video was a bit shaky and not as professional, but you know, I think we're kind of done with this professional stuff. We want real people, we want authenticity, we want people who make mistakes, who are just like us. Nobody is perfect, unless if you want perfection, then probably the artificial intelligence will be for you, because ultimately they will correct all the mistakes, but then the human essence will be missing for sure. So that's how I record my videos, guys. A lot of dogs. Dogs are the best. So this last 3 days for me being here in New York, it gave me a chance to walk around, see the city again after 14 years of not being here. And yesterday I had a moment when I was walking one of the streets. I saw a person laying down on the ground. That was a homeless person, covered with blankets. And I saw, well, I didn't see the person, I saw the blanket that was moving underneath, and you saw the movement, like the body was shaking from cold. It was really cold yesterday morning. It was this moment that caught my eye when I passed by. And I was thinking to myself how this can be, that there are still homeless people. Just the simple thought, right? Like, how is this even possible? There are homeless people laying down on the ground in the center of Manhattan with all this money. And this is not just the money that has been sent to Ukraine. This is the money that is sent to many other places or support many other projects. One of the most high-taxed states in the United States, New York State, so is California. And as I was talking to Scott, there is Illinois as well, and I think, is it Massachusetts? I think, yeah, Massachusetts, where Boston is, that I'm not going to, unfortunately. I really wanted to see, but maybe another time. So much taxes people pay. And you still have those poor people who sleep on the ground, right? And then again, we never know if this person maybe one day was a successful person. Maybe that person was very productive. Maybe something happened in his life that led him to be in the situation he or she is right now. Because I don't even know if it was a man or a woman. So very hard to see. I know it's a little longer walk today, everyone, but I hope it's okay, because the place I used to live was on the 69 Street and Central Park West. So you'll be like, whoa! Yeah, the address was kind of whoa, but I was very, very blessed that the price for my apartment was, I think it was about $2,000, and that was including the hey doggy, it was including the utilities. And next door to me, so I was 3 doors away, I think about 3 doors away from Central Park. Yeah, it's possible, you can find places like this. It's a gift from God. It was not that expensive. Next door was, I think, about 6,000. Not next door to my apartment. Next door as far as building. And then it was like crazy stuff, like 20 or something, you know, which is like very high priced. So that's why I was so happy that I found it, because I could walk to work. I was trying to avoid subway. I never liked subway, especially in New York. It was very depressing for me. Sometimes I did that because of the weather. It's definitely not the same subway, the same metro like in Moscow, which is one of the most beautiful you can see. But I was able to walk to work, and that was a good thing. So we are approaching the street, everyone. We are right here. Lovely, beautiful, crispy morning. I appreciate this weather so much. Those of you who follow me on Instagram can go and see the pictures. I like to take pictures when I travel. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, AniaK_44. And you know, few streets from here, there is a place where John Lennon used to live, and that's where he was shot. I think it's 71st Street. The New Yorkers or those who remember, you can correct me. So here is the street where I used to live. If you take this street all the way there, it takes you to the corner. I forgot the name. Is it Amsterdam Street? I forgot the name. And there is Magnolia Cupcakes. They have very good cupcakes, by the way. If you're into that. How beautiful. You know, I was thinking to myself, I could not live here. The person I am now, I could not live here now, because I really want peace and tranquility and more nature. But I was a different person 14 years ago than I am now. I had a different approach to things. I had to learn my lessons. And I had to change my priorities. And I had to grow as a human being as well. And we still keep on growing. So this is a very special moment for me, guys, because I'm walking the street I used to work every single day. This was my back home street. I hope there are still some people watching, because I'm not sure. This is a very personal video. One more thing I want to say. I was a little cautious and a little afraid about coming to New York, since, you know, we can see all those videos how it's here, it's not as safe and it's not as clean. But I am very nicely surprised. I know this is like a nice area. I am really nicely surprised how overall clean the places were where I was walking around. So it wasn't that bad as I was expecting. Do you see this roof right here? This is the place. I don't think the same doorman still works there. Yes, there is a doorman. His name was Miguel. He was the loveliest man you can ever have as a doorman. And yeah, this is the building. I was all the way, almost on the top floor. I had incredible view of the Central Park. 19 West 69. Yeah, that was my address. This is so cool. Yeah, that's it. How I feel? You know, so much has happened since I lived here. So much. So guys, let me put my back here and end this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm not sure if anyone is still even watching this moment with me, but this is a very special moment. I've learned a lot when I lived here. It was my dream to move in New York at that time, and I wanted to fulfill that dream. And during the time of crash in 2008, 2009, I made this decision. I actually moved here in 2009. A lot of people were saying, like, you're crazy, this is not the time, you will be suffering, because, you know, not many people were purchasing those high-end products. But I was able to make it, and I've tried. But when you experience things, you know, you see it from a different perspective. I'm glad I did. Now I can say that I've lived in New York, so I know a little bit more than those who just come here for about a week or less and do some shopping and do exploration, but they never lived here, and they haven't experienced to some extent what life really is. And again, I didn't have that challenging life and that difficult life as many of people have, but it's also a gift from God. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being with me on this journey. Have a wonderful day. And some of you are probably going to see me in Washington, that I'm going to very soon. And I see you from there. Lots of love, everyone. And remember, we are the leading edge and we are saving humanity. If you want to support my work, or if you want to become my Patreon, you have the link down below this video. And as well as Instagram, Locals, the book I collaborated on with Scott Ritter. That's it for today. See you in another one. Bye everyone.